Hey, welcome to the broadcast. How
Hey
y'all
y'all.
doing tonight? Look,
Excuse me, y'all.
y'all get in here. Our topic tonight is gonna be good. We talking about attention, please, honey. But hey, welcome to the broadcast. We see y'all jumped on real quick. Hey, Demetrius Hill.
This is
How are you? We already got your name on the wheel, honey. We added y'all to the wheel. Hey, will y'all come on? Let us know you're on. You can also let us know where you're from if you want to. But we add y'all to the wheel as you come in. Hey, Criteria, with your fine self. I hope Gary Morgan see that fineness that's happening, honey. I see you. I see you. Um, Also, Monte Ray is on, honey. He said yes, we can have his attention. You added the raise to the wheel.
Yes, I did.
Also, make sure we get you got the Haynes on the wheel, you got the Morgans on the wheel, you got the Brewers on the wheel. Partner Brewer, y'all on the wheel. Y'all tag them, get them in here, let them know that we are on tonight. Um, just wanted to jump on and chit chat because we've been having problems. Well, we ain't been having problems, but hey, y'all have just jumped on. We are the Duns. Criteria said we ain't gotta tell people that no more, cause folk know who the Duns is. But for those of you that don't know, we are the Duns of Dun Home Improvement, the Marriage Edition. And we just coming to you live every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Y'all know I'm amped up tonight about what we gonna talk about. But hey, as you come in, make sure you come in and let us know you there because we want to add you to the wheel so we can send you on a date. Soon as we go off live, I make sure I send your cash app or however you want us to do. We want to send y'all on a date, honey, because hey, I need your attention, please, honey. Let me have your attention. So definitely, we are on. Couture said she's still at church. Baby, get out. Tell them it is. Oh, you serving food. Happy anniversary. Happy pastoral anniversary, Bishop Cartwright and Lady Cartwright of Eagles Nest. We'll just put that out there because we wasn't able to make it today. But we was hoping that we were, but we didn't get a chance to make it. But yes, y'all take a few people, get them on. Tell them the Duns are on. Who else you got? The Barnes are on. Put the Barnes on the wheel. Then where you see the Barnes at? Honey. Oh, just they have to comment.
Oh, that's right. Say something. It might be at work.
Yeah, get them in here. Hey, Chico, we see you just jumped on. Hey, do us a favor, like, share, and tag. Let the people know that Don Home Improvement is on. And yeah, we've been trying to be consistent and come on every Sunday at 8. So yeah, y'all let them know at 8 we're on. And for the next 2 Sundays, we have guests coming on with us. And you all do not want to miss these guests. One guest has got a love story out of this world. They're gonna tell you the love story that they have. And he said he wanted to tell us how he keep that smile on his wife's face. So we definitely ready to hear them. I don't want to spoil who it is. And then we do have one Sunday. We just gonna talk about love and marriage, for better or for worse in the marriage. So hey, y'all don't want to miss these next 2 Sundays that we have coming up. Thanks, Monte Ray. You are the tag king tonight. Monte tagging them all. Monte tag them all, honey. Courtney used to be the tag queen, but she fell off. Y'all, look, Courtney Darn Brewer had got all fixed up. So we might be some Darn Home Improvement grandparents or something because baby, when I tell you, Curtis Brewer, I'm sure he had a smile on his face. He passed 48 hours because honey, happy birthday to you, Curtis. Because Courtney was with it. With that look she had, it was the hair for me, and the eyelashes. Yes, glad that you all are feeling better. Over there in the Carolinas, we're glad that you're feeling better. Miss Haynes, we are so glad. Turn your microphone up so your husband can tune in with you tonight. Hey y'all, get your husbands and your wives on here because this is something that we want y'all to chime in on to let us know if it's issues or if it's not an issue, if you can add to help somebody else. Because again, we always try to bring topics that people may have reached out about or anything, and we try to make sure it's okay with them that we discuss the topic before we talk about it. But we're never ever call names, but definitely we like to jump on and discuss what's going on in the marriage world. because single people are talking about what's going on in their world. We're talking about our birthdays. We're talking about different things like that. It's back to school time. We've been talking about that. So we definitely want to talk about what's going on in the marriage world. So hey, do me a favor, continue to like, share, and tag this broadcast and let people know that we're on. We know everybody's still adjusting to making sure their kids get into bed by 8 o'clock, by 7:30. And some is still trying to get them in the bed, get them their baths, and get things rolling. So we know for the next few weeks at 8 o'clock, some people is still running around trying to adjust because they haven't had to do that for 2 months. So now we're in the month where we got to get kids to bed and make sure they get ready for school. So yeah, it's an adjustment. But continue to tag people, get them in here. So tonight we want to just talk about, may I have your attention, please? Husband, may I have your attention, please? Wife, may I have some of your attention, please? Because look like now in the marriage world, um the attention span is lacking when it comes to the relationship, come to the marriages. We had you find some, and this goes back to when Reggie was preaching today. He really preached, y'all. He preached about the blind date, baby. Please, yes, honey. Um, and he was just talking about how in some relationships where you find where wives or even husband and you talking and they're having a conversation where the wife really needs you to hear them or the husband needs you to hear them, and they want you to look at them. They want you to look eye to eye. Look at me when I'm talking to you, because what I'm saying, really, I really want you to understand. But I don't know if you hear me. If you ain't looking at me and you looking down at your phone or you doing something else. So I want to know, may I have your attention, please? I'm having a problem. I want to talk. I want you to look me eye to eye so I'll know that you're getting what I'm saying. Whether you get it now or later. I want you to look at me in my eyes and tell me, or not even say nothing, but at least I know some kind of way you grabbing what I'm saying a little bit because you're looking at me. So it's kind of like, hey, may I have your attention, please? And me and Donna was talking about how oftentimes in relationships, people start to cry out for attention and they start to do things a little different. Where some wives may start dressing sexier in the marriage, sexier than what they would normally do because the husband's not paying them any attention. Where they may not used to wear tighter attires, but now they saying maybe if I put on something different or I dress different, he's gonna pay attention to me. But that's not working. So we trying to figure out what is gonna help these marriages to where spouses is gonna pay more attention to each other and not prioritize their time of on video or time on watching the game, because now it's going to be football season. We're going to watch the football game. We're going to be going to the game. But will that be a priority over your marriage? Please, may I have your attention, please? That's what we're saying.
I think too, you have to reflect back to um, what got your attention in the first place.
In the first place,
what lured you in to cause you to be focused on your wife at the time, girlfriend,
yeah.
And what the time you gave her. I can see couples, sitting at a table at a restaurant, and they are sitting there looking
at their phones. Everybody,
they're looking at their phones and not paying attention to each other, not even conversating, not talking, and they one of them, they're looking off, the other looking in the phone, and the other one just trying to pay some, trying to get some attention. Like, can you spark a conversation? Can you say something? Can you ask me how my day went being? Something, And so there's a cry for your attention. There's a cry for me to pay you some attention, and it's going lacking now a lot, because I know there's many distractions in the world. There's many distractions that have got our attention got us all focused of what we should be paying attention to with our wives, the family or whatever. It's so many different distractions, so many different things, but you gotta focus your mind back, your eyes back in on her or him, because we can get lost in so many things, doing so many things where we pay no attention to them. We can they can pass us by and we don't even know what color. If something happened, you don't even know what kind of wardrobe they had on today when they left the house. You don't even know what how their hair look, what they smell like. I mean, you don't know anything because we don't pay attention. And I often say I always watch my wife. I always kind of admire her and take notice of her just for a little small detail. Because something happened, I can say, hey, she had this on. She had this on. She had that. She looked like this and she looked like that. You know, because they're gonna ask you what did she have? What did she have on? What she looked like? What kind of clothing she had? Did she have a dress on? Did she have a skirt on? Did she have blue jeans on? They need to know. And so if you're not paying them no attention, you don't know what they had on. I mean, it's crickets.
It's crickets in the room.
Because you don't know. And so sometimes we don't give them the attention and we miss them trying to get their attention.
Yeah.
And we don't give it to them and like she said, like sometimes you can be doing something, you know, where they just bending over in front of you or you know, I'm talking about, you know, sometimes I pay attention because I'm like, if you're in front of me, I'm gonna spank you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna do something, let you know I'm paying attention to you. You just been over my face. And she probably didn't do it deliberately, but I'm gonna say I'm just gonna do it because let you know I'm paying you some attention.
Yeah.
So that's one of my attention. You can have my attention. I see you.
Yeah.
So it don't, I mean, any little thing, what I'm just saying, but you got to pay them some attention because
if you don't,
if you're trying to get it in the house and you're overlooking looking in the house, somebody gonna pay them some attention.
Somebody will.
And then you're gonna get mad because somebody talking to them or somebody trying to reach out to them. You paying some attention to that. You paying some attention to their phone, who calling them, who texting them, who this is, who this is dropping in your DM, who this is, you know, doing this. But you don't want to pay no attention to them while they're in the house.
Right.
So a lot of times there's a cry for your attention. There's a cry. I mean, you got to take time to give each other some attention. Some of us need some attention more than others. You know me. I mean, I ain't big on a whole lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm always the guy in the background. I can play I'm like Lecrae. I can play the background. You know, I'm gonna take that for you right there. I throw that in there. But I can play the background and not really say a whole lot. But every now and then, I want you to pay some attention. But she cover her ground well. She do it well. But on the other hand, when she gotta ask me, how you like my hair? How do I look? How you like this dress? How do you know, when she gotta ask, she's not confident in you paying her the attention. She's not confident saying, okay, he watching me. Because it should be almost automatic. If they go get that, you don't even know they don't change the hairstyle. Oh, baby, when you got your hair changed? I ain't know shit.
5 days ago.
5 days ago, she don't got her hair changed. And you didn't even know it because you wasn't paying no attention. So we got to pay attention to what's going on. I mean, this in your house.
That's it.
It's in your house.
Deborah Haynes said she has gotten better. She said, my husband said, if I'm on the phone, I don't hear nothing he said. And that's across the board. Miss Deborah, a lot of times we're being our devices and I'm bad. I get my children tell me all the time, Mama can't, if she on the phone or she doing anything, she only can be able to do that one thing. One track mind. And that's where some of us are. We got one track mind, but it becomes a hindrance in our relationships if we're only hearing and we're only seeing what is happening on these devices. We're gonna miss out because our spouse is hollering, wait. It's kind of like if y'all in the middle of the night or you watching a TV show and all of a sudden the beeping noise start happening in the middle of your TV show, you can't hear none of the words that they're saying. All you see is their mouth moving and the thing saying beep, 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 and it said this is somebody the broadcasting network, and this is a test. This is a test. So that's the way some relationships are happening. That's how marriages are happening. The beeping sound is going off, and we don't hear it, or the spouse don't hear me hollering as loud as I can with my feelings or with my emotions. the spouse don't hear it. But we're saying the noise is going off like the broadcasting network that's doing a test monthly. And in relationships, in marriages, sometimes this happens often. The beat sign is happening, and only thing we don't hear nothing that the spouse is saying. We just see their mouth moving or their reactions. But the sound is going off because may I please have your attention? And it goes to same way with we in the shopping store, we in Walmart or wherever we are, and you hear the people come on the loudspeaker saying, "Attention shoppers, attention." And that's the same thing with relationships. The spouse are hollering, "Can I get your attention, please?" But we're sometimes get too busy and focus on other things or other men matters or other people matters that we forget that somebody else that we vow to be there for in every situation across the board is sounding the alarm. Attention, attention shoppers. We'll be closing at 11 o'clock, and sometimes we overstep even in even if we in the store, we overstep. It's finna be 11 o'clock in 15 minutes, and our spouse is calling attention. If we don't get this together, we gonna be divorced in less than 15 days. But we're not focused enough on what's happening in a relationship because you saying, well, this is just how we've been doing for the past 2 years. No, your spouse is hollering and they're crying, they're sounding the alarm. They got the bullhorn saying, "Come on, I need you. May I have your attention, please? I need the attention." That's why relationships started. That's why marriages came to be. Because I wanted his attention and he wanted mine, and that's how we kind of like got together. Cause both of us had struck each other's attention and not each other's nerves. We struck each other's attention, and we needed that attention from each other. So at that point where it all started to go south and nothing, and we heard no beat, no buzzer, no "Can I have your attention, please?" No nothing, and it came silent in the relationship. Hey, at this point, please, let's wake up. May I have your attention, please?
And I try to, um, and you have to know what to give. Y'all, excuse me, man. I was full.
Man, you made this suit on this.
So, you know, you get so full, and you need some air to go down in your stomach, to kind of get that burp to kind of loosen you up a little bit. Yeah. That's why I'm eating this sucker. Y'all forgive me. I'm sorry. It helped me right now.
Y'all, the side note, we had a big meal today. We went to the Crave Corner after service, and they fed us real good. We was pretty much their last customers, and it was whatever we wanted. They just said, "Okay, yeah," and it was so good. So yeah, he's still full.
I'm stuck.
So sponsor this show gonna be tonight, sponsored by the Crave Corner, Lafayette, Alabama. Y'all reach out to Ruby Presley, reach out to TC Marie on Facebook, reach out to Alicia Janae Presley. Y'all reach out to them, Crave Corner. They'll cater your meals for you. But back to what you were doing with this stuck in your mouth. Go ahead.
But back to the network. And it also too, and it get real bad when it become an issue in the bedroom. When you're going to the store, when your wife, and I know it's kind of right as we're gonna scratch the surface of it, but when your wife can go in and clean herself up, bathe or whatever, come out, and they walk around with whatever, and you're not paying attention, you're not taking notice, you're not even giving them any kind of indication that I see you. I'm gonna be wondering, something wrong with me?
Are you doing something else?
Are you doing something else? What is it? So you definitely, that's one of the highlight times to really focus in on what's going on in your environment. But when that become an issue where you're not paying attention in there as well as out here, something have totally caused you to lose focus on everything. Because it is so much out here in the world, and I try not to. This is me. I try not to, and I'm not blind to the fact. I try not to give a lot of stuff attention that I give her right here. I try not to give all that other
too much attention.
Them other things. because I see it everywhere. When I go to work, when I go to the grocery store, when I go in the marketplace, when I go wherever I go, it's there. So it causes me to say, you know what? I want to focus in right here. I want to telescope in right here in this in my home. Because if I don't, all these other things gonna have my attention, and they're gonna draw me right out the door.
Right.
So we can't over not hear the cry, because some of us be crying. Some of our spouses be crying for attention, for you to help me, for you to see me, for you to do something. Just give me an indication
that you know
turn the light that
I'm
still here. And we're not giving it. Some people are not giving it to their spouse, and they're wondering what's going on. They think a lot of times they start looking at themselves, they'll start going to a state of depression, feeling beating themselves up because he don't see me. What's wrong with me? And it is not so much it always be you. A lot of times it be them because they have long focus looking at something else or got something else got them distracted. And so it's not always you that they're not, because they're not paying attention to you. Sometimes it can be them. It can be them not paying attention to you and not you. Because, you will beat yourself up. Man, am I too fat? I had on gain 2-3 inches. I had on gain 2-3 pounds. I ain't like I was. But a lot of times it can be the individual, the other individual. And but men, women, we got to pay attention. We got to see the flag. We got to hear the cry. That's why I said, study your wife, study your husband. Learn them, learn their mood, learn what they want. See what they want, see what they're crying. I mean, isn't that like a baby, man, being sick, and the baby crying, you don't even know what's wrong with it. You give them the milk, the bottle, they just crying. That ain't stopping them. Back in the day, they used to call it the colic.
The colic.
Yeah, they had a colic. And they just cry. I hate to hear baby crying, just crying, because you don't know what they want. And a lot of times they come from lack of experience, lack of attention, lack of knowing what I need to do in this case. What's going on with my child? So a lot of times that's what it be in the marriage. We don't learn our wife and study our spouses, so we don't know a lack of experience. We don't know what to do, so we just crying. We just crying. I mean, it's bad that a man or a wife, a man or a woman can be in a marriage, and the spouse is crying, and you don't even feel my tears. You don't even ask me, baby, you all right? What's wrong with you? You're not even paying me no attention to say, did I do something wrong? I'm crying. Can you see me crying? No, you'll sit there and get up and walk out the room, or you'll sit there on your phone and don't even pay no attention to me. You'll sit there and watch TV like ain't nothing happening, regardless of what I'm crying for. What I'm crying for, it could be anything. But have you took the time to say, baby, are you okay? What's wrong with you? Have you checked on me? Sometimes you need to check on each other. You can't keep overlooking each other. Check on each other.
Yeah.
Check on my feelings. And when I go quiet, go silent, check on my feelings. Because right now my feelings are hurt. It may not even be nothing that you don't done. I might just be hurt. It might have been something that happened year before last or last year or whatever. It might be something that I'm dealing with about my mama, my daddy, or whoever. Anything. But are you concerned about what I'm concerned about? Are you feeling what I'm feeling? That's that emotion stuff.
Yes.
That's why I say it's more than just that bedroom. But you gotta feel me. You gotta get intimate with me outside the bedroom. You gotta feel me outside the bedroom. You gotta feel my emotion, feel my pain, feel my hurt.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm going through. And don't just look at me like I'm just something. Yeah. But you want all the attention. You want me to give you some attention when it's time to go to the stove. No, pay me some attention before. Because they're telling me you just want me for the stove.
That's it, for the sex. That's it.
You just want a stove run. You can't keep using, we can't use each other just for a stove run.
Cannot.
We didn't get married just, well, some people do.
Some people do, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that we just got married for a stove run.
Shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
Those of you that just jumping on, hey, look, we're talking about the attention in marriage. May I have your attention, please? Because we've talked and we've heard so many grievances that my husband don't pay me any attention anymore. My wife don't pay me any attention anymore. I've changed the way my livelihood or what I do because I want to be there for them. But they're not paying me any attention, and they want to know what else is it to do. What should I do? What do I do from this point? Monte was just saying as you were speaking, he said some people have gotten too comfortable in their marriages. Um, he said that and think that certain things aren't going to affect them, but how many know it's going to affect you sooner or later. Um, he said we as men have to compliment them daily, make them feel desired, appreciated, and we may need to make them feel good, and they make us feel good. So true, Monte. That is so true. But as we have been talking to so many people these past few days, it's been the attention. Wives want attention, husband want attention. They want to know that you look at me in my face. Let's have this conversation. Let's talk. Um, can I have your undivided attention? Don't let your attention be divided between I'm fighting with you over you playing with the video game versus just talking to me straight on. And sometimes we've been so thrown off by just I keep referring back to the devices because these things can break up a marriage, it can break up a house, it can break up a relationship, it can break up children in school, their school time, and they get mad about that. But these devices can pull our attention away so much that our relationships become lacking or on the back burner, and only thing that we have to talk about is what we seen via Facebook or YouTube or oh baby, did you notice that on CNN? We only have that to conversate about, but we have nothing in common because we didn't take time to talk to each other or to build. And now I'm hollering and I'm crying, may I please have your attention, please, somebody. And that's what it end up being. It be somebody. By the time your spouse, we're not giving each other the attention that is deserved, they say somebody. And when you start at the end of the sentence of somebody and people in a relationship and they're saying somebody, they meant anybody. They don't care because at this point I'm sick of it. I'm sick of look like I'm in this thing by myself and he ain't studying me. I'm sick of it. Like I changed what I was doing in my life. I've slowed down. I don't do as much as I used to because I want to spend time with my husband, and now he ain't studying me. I'm sick of it, So now you got a lot of marriages and a lot of husbands, wives, spouses, however you want to say it. They are hollering for the attention from their spouses. That's who they should be getting it from. May I have your attention, please? That's what they're yelling. May I have your attention, please? Deborah Haynes said, we were created to give attention to each other. Yes, we were, Miss Deborah. When we don't give attention, we lose the relationship. When we don't give the attention, we lose the relationship. That is so true because that's what we want. We came in for companionship. We came in to where we want to be with this person, and that's who I want to give my attention to. Somewhere along the way, it had got distorted. This kind of thing was like you still could live your best life even if you married, and it got distorted. But tonight we came to restore to let people know that we need each other. That's why we vowed to be together. We didn't vow well, I vow to be with you today and tomorrow I ain't gonna be with you because my attention done got on something else. No, it's because I want your attention. So tonight, that's our topic. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please, Reginald? And I'm sure Reginald is saying the same thing. May I have your attention, please? Because we don't never want again lay hold and give our attention on too much outside of the house. For as if it's going to play ball, going to the gym, going skipping with our friends, going here and there. If we give too much attention to that, our relationship, again, like Miss Deborah said, we'll start to we'll lose affection, we'll lose the importance of being with you, and you end up saying, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being with them because I'm not getting anything out of it. They don't pay any attention to me. They always with their mama. They gotta go with their daddy. They gotta go cut the grass. They gotta go feed their friend dog. I gotta go this. I'm fixing it. Me and my homegirls going out of town, and we leaving our wives and our husband at the house chilling and trying to figure out who is giving the attention. So we start to do too much of it, and then we lose the point of I'm married. We start to lose that focus of being I'm married, and we start doing being single. But hey, we definitely got to remember, may I please have your attention. And that's what in majority of the people that we have chatted with here these last, I think, about 3 to 4 weeks, the bottom line is they're not, one of the other is not paying any attention to their spouse, but they have at home. So tonight we just want y'all to chime in to help us kind of like give some pointers, give some thoughts on what they can do. How do we fix this? But I say fix it by paying attention to them. Cut off some of the stuff that don't have anything to do with you. And one of my daughters told me today, she asked me a question, and I told her, I don't have a dog in the fight, in the issue that we was discussing. And she wrote me back and she said, you're unbothered. Yes, I'm unbothered because if I pay too much attention to what's going on outside of this house and it really don't concern me at all, for real, I will be paying too much attention to that and not attention to him. And then he'll start feeling neglected because I pay too much attention to what's going on out there. And here we go. He started doing extra stuff, and I'm still not even paying attention. So he started, I'm gonna rub your feet on tonight. I'm gonna rub it again tomorrow. How you feeling? Where he should be rubbing my feet anyway. You ain't even saying thank you. You still trying to figure out how you can fix somebody else's situation that ain't in your house. Your husband started doing extra stuff for you so he can get your attention and bring your attention back in the house. And here you is still acting crazy. Here I am. He rubbing my feet every night. All I'm saying is he should do that anyway. But then I'm still, on the other hand, with this device in my hand, trying to figure out who I'm on here outside. And I don't even have a dog in the fight on that situation that's going on. So I'm unbothered by it. So when I get my feet rubbed, I can enjoy it. I can enjoy what's taking place. I can enjoy the foot rub and get his attention. Because when he rub my feet, he might want me to look in his eyes. But I can't even look at his eyes, or even if I am looking in his eyes, sometimes we be so overloaded with things other people matters on our mind that even if I'm looking in his eyes, I'm still not paying attention to what's happening because I done brought on too many other people's stuff. Get too bothered and all throw it off and making Facebook posts of stuff that don't even pertain to the duns. And here I am, I'm getting a foot rub and I can't even focus on my feet being rubbed because my mind is somewhere else. Yep. I'm looking at it. He really, for real, don't have my attention because I ain't even said nothing. I ain't said my feet feel good. I ain't said that. In the midst of us having our foot rub, I'm telling him about somebody else's problems. And he's saying, baby, I'm here rubbing your feet. May I have your attention, please? Can we just talk about me and you? Come and talk to me.
Come on, man.
About what we got going on. But see, we don't look at it like that. We continue to think that it's their job to do it. It's his job to rub my feet every night. No, I don't even know if that was in the clause. Rub the feet might not have been in the clause.
Everybody ain't for rubbing feet.
Is it sure ain't?
Some people like rubbing feet, some people don't.
So they might not even be in the clause. But that's an additive. Yeah. So if he added it so it can add a little bit more attention to the relationship, because he's trying to figure out what can I do to make this better? What can I do to enhance what we got going on in our relationship? So I'm trying to find out a way that I can yell it to my wife clearly enough. Wife, may I have your attention, please? Because what's happening outside of this house, you don't have a dog in that fight. Pay attention to me. And we often think that it only happened with the husbands or the wives. He ain't paying attention to me. No, husbands are saying the same thing. We found husbands saying, my wife ain't studying me. My wife doing everything she want to do. She ain't studying me. And I just I just do enough to get by, or she just do just enough to get by in our relationship, so we won't end up in divorce court. But wives, husband are hollering, may I have your attention, please? They're yelling. They're trying to figure it out all at the same time and trying to make sure the bills get paid just like you doing. They're still yelling that. So sometimes we try to always put it that it was the husband's fault. It was his fault. No, sometimes us wives can't slow our bottoms down long enough to give the husband the attention they need. Not just attention in the bedroom, because we like, well, I went to the store with him last night. That's it. That should be enough. No, it shouldn't be enough. Sometimes the store ain't even what they need and what they crying for. They might just want to sit down and watch a movie, or not even watch a movie, watch their favorite TV show, watch the football game, watch something with you, but you busy trying to tell them about who didn't do this, or the next person, or the babysitter. We're gonna babysit the children. We're gonna do this. No, that ain't what he want. He just want a quiet time, a moment to sit down with you. It ain't even gotta be about the stove. Cause everything ain't even about the stove. Some things that I just want to sit down and just look at you and talk to you. I just want to sit down and eat a bag of popcorn together, eat an ice cream. I just want to sit here. I just want to be in your presence. We ain't even got to talk. Some of us can't even slow down enough in our relationship to sit down and talk and to be in the present and rub feet together. I don't care his feet crusted like the dirt road, rocks on the dirt road, honey. Rub them feet, and if you feel that way about it, take him and get a pedicure, and y'all go together. Make a date. Take time, because these husbands, wives, are hollering, wives, may I have your attention, please? But we roll over out the bed trying to figure out who we finna go help next, because we feel like we can go and save the world. But at some point, we got to slow down, because our husbands are hollering, please, may I have your attention? May I have your attention, please?
It goes back to something you said some couple what's the name ago episode that marriage now, a lot of marriages have become to where we are roommates.
Roommates.
We're just passing each other by.
Pass by.
And that's not marriage. That's not what God designed. That's not what marriage is all about. It's about taking time. It's about talking. It's about communication. It's about being affectionate. It's about so many aspects, and we are missing that. It's not only so much. It's not all just about as the wife being to help me. The husband to help me too.
Right.
It worked hand in hand. We are here to work with each other. We're here to help encourage each other. You have to encourage each other in marriage. And those are some of the things that she was just talking about. Some of the things, some of the ways to help encourage each other. And that goes back to about being silent and not saying what I need. Have you asked your husband lately what I need from you? What you need from me?
What you need from me?
At this day, we talked about how time don't evolve to different heights now, to different places. We don't got older and things don't change. Even with food and all this stuff don't change. Have you considered ask your husband, ask your wife? At this point now, we've been married 26 years, going to be 26 years. What do you want from me?
What you want from me?
Mm-hmm. What else I can give you? What else I can kind of help implement to make this marriage better?
Right.
Do you see? And don't feel bad because they say you need to do this, or I need you to step up and do this, or grow up, whatever. Don't feel like you trying to say I'm a child? You trying to say I'm this, I'm immature, or whatever? No. It's all about your marriage. It's all about iron sharpening iron. You're sharpening her, she's sharpening you. We're just trying to figure out what we need to work on.
And what the attention need to be put on.
That too.
Because we may have worked a lot on finances and becoming debt free. Okay, you got to a debt free state. What do attention need to be put on now in our relationship to make sure that we continue to build, to make sure that, again, going back to other episodes, that we're not in the demolition stage. Where in our marriage do we need to focus our attention on now that we're 26 years in, that you're 30 years in, that you're 12, 15, 5 years in? Maybe we've overcame one area and we mastered that. we master that together. So now, where should our attention be put on to make sure that we stay grounded another year? Because from year to year we got to stay grounded. So somewhere we got to place attention if we already know that we got the stove mastered. Because some of them feel like we A1 in the bedroom. Okay, if you feel like you got that master, where else you need? So that's where the conversation come in at, on talking and asking the question, what do you see I can improve in? What over these past 26 years you might have saw I did a little different, but where can I improve in? Do I need to improve more in cleaning the house, cooking a little bit more, washing the clothes more, talking to you more, listening more? And again, like Rachel was saying, we cannot get offended when our spouse say it. It's just a question that needs to be asked in the relationship. And that's one of the questions when we send couples on Operation Date Night. That's one of the questions that we ask. If it was something that we can change or pay more attention to, what would it be? And we often tell the spouse, do not get offended, but we want you to be truthful in what your response is. Because if we don't tell the truth, and we try to sugarcoat it because I didn't want to hurt his feelings, blah blah blah. We'll never get over that part of it, and it'll always be a place that need attention because we never got over the hurt of that. The cone was still sitting there in the road because it still was a bump right there, and we never got over it. So we never stopped to say truthfully, this what I feel. I feel like you nag too much and you need to get over some of those hidden issues and hurts that you have. If that's your issue and your husband or your husband come to you and say you was a nagger and I just don't like the way you just always nagging, blah blah blah. Can this something that we need to talk about? Can we get over? But you still get jump hot and get mad, man. You need to pay more attention to that. May I have your attention, please? That's a red flag. So we definitely got to make sure that in all this, pay attention. Let me skip back. Monte Ray said, if we don't have your attention, then who has your attention? Um, those type of questions shouldn't apply to marriages, but unfortunately it does. So we have to take time to talk and laugh with our spouses, even when things aren't going right. Talk to me so we can restore what's been broken. My mind needs to be on you and not on everybody else. And Miss Haynes said, Miss Deborah said, yes, release that stuff that doesn't mean nothing to your marriage. Release that doesn't mean anything to your marriage, and elevate what pertains to it, and make sure we pay more attention to what to our marriage, to our spouses. Pay more attention to things if they start to stay away from home too much. Ask questions. That meant that something have grabbed their attention and we have driven them away from home. That their home is not happy enough. That they don't want to be there the whole time. So we got to figure out a way to, hey, honey, may I have your attention, please? Because something else have drawn your attention, but I want to draw your attention back home. What can I do differently? What can I do different to make the attention be back on me? Because something have driven a wedge in between what we got going on. What can I do different? That's the question we need to ask. If we see things that's falling off by the wayside and it don't look like it's should be, or what it was when I first met you, what attracted me to you those first few years that we was together, and it falling off, honey, what can I do differently to draw your attention back to me in that area? What else can I do? How can I make this better? May I please have your attention, honey, please?
I thought about um, nobody wants to be handicapped.
Nobody.
Nobody wants to have to depend on nobody else. Nobody wants to be walking around, well, rolling around, strolling around in a wheelchair, on these other little gadgets they got, right? Little new modernized wheelchairs. And that saying that is, if there's something in our relationship in our marriage that's handicapping our
Marriage. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure to try to work it out, to make sure that that's not a handicap in our marriage.
Right.
As you were saying a while ago, find out what's going wrong in our marriage and work on it, fix it. When you fix it, you can move on to something else and fix that. I tell the guys, the kids that play basketball, I used to tell my daughter all the time, I said, baby, I said, you got your right hand down pat. I said, but your weakness is your left hand.
The left hand.
I said, so you need to work on your left hand.
Oh, they good.
So more you work on your left hand, the better you become versatile with both hands. So they can't just play you one-sided. Because they know you can't go to your left or you can only go to your right. So they're going to play you to your left because they're taking the weak side away from you.
Yeah.
They're taking your strong side to make you go to your weak side. So what happened is in our marriage, we get playing to the strong side because they taking away the strong parts and the weak and driving us to the weaker point. And by us not dealing with the weaker part of it, not looking at the red flags and not saying what we need to work on, and now they don't shut your game down because now you have you can't go to your strong side and you don't know how to go to your left side. So now you just messed up. Now you don't make a turnover because they can take the ball from you. I'm studying guys when I play basketball and still play sometimes. I study them, I watch them to see can they go left or right. Because the more they can go left or right, now you got to turn up, put some defense on them. You got to play them, trying to see which side they're going to go to. But if you just one-sided, I'm going to play you to your weak side. I'm gonna take the strong side away. And so in marriage, we got to see what's the weak side of our marriages. Not always looking at, oh yeah, like she said, the finance is good. But what about maybe cleaning the yard up? What about taking care of the dog? What about walking the dog? What about picking up the kids? What about all these other things that need attention? The more you work on those things, the more my daughter worked on her left hand, I couldn't really stop her from going to the left side because she's always wanted to go to the left side. Now that she knows she can go to the left side, and going to the left side ain't easy to stop when you're a right-handed player. So it made her game versatile. It makes your marriage versatile when you're working on things that's weak, working on things that's handicapping your marriage, working on things on the communication, working on the us talking, working on the trust issues, and working on these different things. So it better enhance your marriage when you work on these things. It makes the marriage stronger. Who don't want a strong marriage?
Who don't want a strong marriage?
I want a strong marriage. I don't want a weak. I don't want to look at my marriage and say, man, they ride nice, but boy, they sure be fighting.
Right.
Everywhere you go, you see them, they fight. They
Oh.
fight. They getting into it. But they got nice cars though, but they always
arguing and fussing all the time.
Every time you see them, she doing. You can ride by the house, you can see them. They all just doing some of everything. Cause that's a handicap.
It's a handicap
That we don't work on, that need attention. And so we got to work on the handicap part. We got to work on these things that need attention. If you don't, your game gonna be shut down. And it's gonna be over. Divorce court. It's gonna be over. But if we can come together, I help you, you help me work on these issues. That's why we're here, to help each other.
Yeah.
Not just help me to pay the bills.
Right.
Not just help me to make the lights stay on. Not just help me in the bedroom. I mean, help me in every aspect. Whatever the help needs to be meet at.
Trying to tell you.
Meet me.
Meet me there.
Yeah, meet me halfway. Give me 100.
Felicia Harris was coming as you were speaking. She said you have to know your partner has the marriage best interest at heart when they are being open and honest. I think that's what we was talking earlier about telling the truth. He said a lot of time people prefer a pretty white lie over the ugly truth.
Oh yeah.
This is why a lot of marriages fail. That's so true, Felicia. This is why a lot of marriages fail, because either they are going to be open and honest with you, or they'll begin to tell other people about it. That is so true. And also in response, Deborah Haynes also said, my husband says you got to learn how to keep outside distractions out of your marriage and keep the attention on your marriage. That's what Deborah Haynes said her husband was saying. And also, she said her husband says you got to be truthful in your marriage at times. If something not going right, it needs to be talked about,
yes.
addressed. When things not going right, it needs to be talked about. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be said and honestly said, like Felicia was just saying, honestly, tell the truth, tell the story, tell what happened, tell how if it hurt your feelings, tell if I feel like wife, you need to cut back some, you don't gain a few extra pounds. You may need to drink water. Cause Donna tell me real quick, why you need to drink water. And I get real quiet. And he be saying, may I have your attention, please? Why I drink more water, do a few more exercise because you done picked up a little bit weight more than what you have. And then sometimes we be so offended. He talk about my weight. He could have told me I look pretty. Blah blah blah. No, he's trying to bring that place to attention because he know 5-6 years ago I was small. Over the pandemic, I ate. And a lot of us did. And we had needed to pay attention to our health, and he was the one to bring it to my attention. But of course, we take offense when people start talking about our weight for real, for real. But it was only because he wanted my best. It was my best interest to what I needed to do to live a long time. I don't want to be here and not in my best.
And I gotta take care of her.
And he gotta take care of me
with something
because I could have taken that what he said, even though I may have got a little bit offended by it, but who don't get offended by weight issues? But if he said it, it was my best interest at heart, and he was honest enough so nobody outside ain't gotta be out there saying, honey, she knows she just done gained a lot of weight. No, he already told me that. I'm working on it, but that's a whole nother story to tell. But hey, we definitely got to jump on when our spouses are crying. We got to know what it is that they're crying, their attention. They're crying for attention, and it's not them to do a certain thing a certain way. So we got to know that it's the attention that they're trying to get from us, not from other people, but from us.
But yeah, and you do that so it don't cause pain, it don't cause the heartaches and cause the different things. You don't want things to go south. Um, Man, we talk about investment. We talking about investment in marriage, man. I mean, I'm like this. I often say I have invested too much in this here, in this marriage, to just give it up, to walk away,
Right.
to quit, to call it quit, to just say, oh, you know what, it's not working no more. I mean, man, I got 26 years in. Now you take that and put that in money. If I was putting money in the savings account or bank account or whatever, 26 years in the 401k, and you just gonna call it a quit, just give my money, I'm finna go. And a lot of times, if you go, a lot of times they gonna take it. They gonna take a good portion of it anyway. But I'm saying when you have made an investment in your marriage, man, it ain't something that you just want to just say, I quit and I want to give it up. Mm-mm. Man, you gonna fight to death do you part. It gonna hurt. You gonna have to give up stuff, whichever one. Gonna have to give up some stuff and fight it out, man, and make it work. I'm trying to tell y'all, marriage is work.
It work on a daily.
It's work. But man, it's workable and it's attainable. You can attain this thing. You can get what you need to get if you work at it, if you reach for it, if you invest in this thing. If you don't invest and you feel like you don't want to invest, it's gonna be over.
Right.
But know that, man, you invest. Something caught your attention to invest in. Something caught her attention to invest in me while she was trying to give me away.
I was.
Something caught her attention. I know what caught my attention. Something caught my attention while she was trying to give me away. Now she think about all that. This good guy, this hardworking man, this handsome man, this all this stuff. I can have a life with him. and saw it. And so the investment that she made in me, I didn't want her investment to go bankrupt.
Ooh, ooh.
I wanted her to get a great return on her investment because she chose me. Because she decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna try you out. I know we can work it out. It wasn't all a bed. It wasn't always a bed of roses.
No.
It wasn't all about all sunshine and rainbows. It wasn't all about that beautiful stuff. No, it was some rainy days and some stormy days and stormy weeks and a lot of stuff.
Hurricane, tornadoes,
some lights out, all that repossessed and shoot, man, all that. But I'm just saying, but because she decided to invest in me, and I invested. See, the investment got to be mutual. It got to be together.
Right.
We're gonna invest in this thing to make this thing work. You bring what you got, I bring what I got. We're gonna work it together, and we're gonna get a great return on our investment. But you gotta be willing to fight for your marriage. Fight for your investment. Man, I remember one time we did a layaway at Walmart many years ago.
Tell the story.
And the doggone layaway messed around and collapsed. And we didn't make it back to get it. So we don't lost money. We didn't get the product. We didn't get nothing. You want that in your marriage? You start off investing in each other and a life that you dreamed of and on your way to it. And all of a sudden something happened where the ball got dropped. And now I lost all that.
Lost all of it.
Because I wasn't willing to keep making the deposit, making the investment, making the payment, making the change, making the paying attention to what needs to be done. See, because we didn't pay attention, that thing was on layaway, it went back. So don't let them go back.
Don't let them go back. And Lady D was just saying that a lot of times she often take everything back, take it to her husband and talk to him about it. Some things are, even though we take it and ask questions, some things it just pretty much common sense to where we already know. We just trying to figure out if they gonna say something a little different. We may not have to address every single issue because some stuff, and I ain't not referring to your question, but just some stuff in general, we need to work on ourselves. It's stuff that we need to work on. It really ain't even, may I have your attention, please? We just need to work on ourselves and grow up in certain areas to where that part of attention is nothing that's really needed. It's almost stuff that we didn't get in our childhood, and we trying to get every single thing from our husband or our wives, and we're somewhere thinking, well, trying to make him be my daddy. Stuff that my daddy didn't do before he passed away, stuff that my daddy didn't do. We trying to get all of that out of our spouses. We got to realize in these marriages, the wives ain't your mama and the husband ain't your daddy.
Sure ain't.
And I don't expect him to rock me and put me in the lap, rock me, burp me, do all that stuff. Those are things my daddy should have done. And since he didn't, I'm over that. I grew up past it. This is my husband. This is who I'm gonna grow with now. And he's gonna push me and encourage me to be better. Some things we ain't always gonna, it's not always a may I have your attention, please issues. It's some things is that I just want the attention and make up from where my mama and dad didn't give it to me when I was growing up. So now we want our spouses to become them because I didn't get it then. My daddy was going out drinking somewhere. True story, and I didn't get all the attention that a daughter we may have wanted from our father. But I don't expect Reggie Dunn to be my daddy because he not. He my husband. And we here to help each other pursue and to grow and to do. But may I have your attention, please, in certain things that may have transpired while we're married. and what I need to get over. That's the attention I'm seeking. I'm seeking why are we growing apart than growing together? Tell me what's going on with that. I not what happened when I was a child. He can't make up for that because he didn't know who I was. He didn't know who my mom and dad. He didn't make me. We just came together 26 years ago and decided that we was gonna grow together and we was gonna put that attention that we need and put it toward each other and not push each other away. Shadrika Autry said, Lord knows we done been to hell and back. Every time we burn that bridge, God put the fire out and say, keep going. In 3 days, we will celebrate 21 years. Congratulations. Congratulations, 21 years. But hey, we definitely got to embrace what we have. Pay more attention to your husbands. Pay more attention to their moods or their changes or actions that they may have, and they didn't have those actions before. And go back to what Reggie had said a few minutes ago. Be sure to ask those hard questions. Not ask questions every 15 minutes. Right. You become nagging. Then, right. Reggie, what wrong? That too child. Reggie, what wrong with you? Why you keep on going somewhere? Reggie, what you did? Reggie, why you had to leave the house 10 minutes ago? Reggie, what going on outside? What your mama said? What your cousin said? What your brother said? What Charlie Joe was doing? What they and why you went to Charlie Joe house? Cause they had brothers. Why you went to meet your house? Why you did it? Why? That nagging. That meant you crazy a little bit. Immature. That ain't making the marriage better. That making them saying, that making him, if I do that, that make him say, I'm gonna go to Charlie Joe house every day because you work my nerve. I'm gonna spend night over Charlie house because you working my nerve, hon. Somewhere. I'm gonna go somewhere and spend night because I ain't got time for you every 15 minutes. Cause you tell me I need some attention every 15 minutes. You say, well, what you went in the kitchen for? Why you ain't fit me no drink? I didn't know you were thirsty. You didn't say that. You was in your phone scrolling. You didn't tell me you were thirsty. Why you ain't when you went to the store, you brought me that bag because I wasn't sure if you wanted anything. Because when I asked you, you just said where you going, and I said I was going to the store, and you said what you going for, and I told you what I was going for, and you didn't never say you wanted nothing when I went to the store. So some of this stuff that we make issues in marriage ain't an issue, and it don't need attention. It needs to die. It need water thrown on it. You in your marriage and you talking about you need attention. You upset because your husband say I'm fixing to go to the store, the SCORE, and I'm gonna get me something to drink, and you mad because he didn't bring you nothing back. You didn't say you wanted nothing. You don't. You looking for attention, and that kind he don't want to pay attention to because that's what we get from. That's what our children do. Yes. My grandchildren only act like that. When we go to the store, they be specific. Grandmama, can you get me a bag of chips and some cheese curl and a drink? And if you don't get them real quick, they gonna ask you, can you get my mama a pocketbook? That's what my grandchildren is. They be very specific on what they want, but we make issues about what we want. We don't never tell the truth in what we have. Criteria said people like that are a little bit crazy. Miss Deborah said, I have to admit, I didn't get attention. It caused the marriage to collapse. Thank God for restoration. Praise the Lord for restoration. And that's what we're talking about tonight, y'all. We're talking about getting the attention in the marriages. Make sure that you give your spouses the undivided attention. Make sure it's going both ways. Make sure husbands is doing, wives are doing it. Make sure that we are both giving that attention. Not saying we ain't gonna have lives outside of our marriage, because we do. We gotta go to work. We gotta go. If some of us is in school, we gotta go to school. We gotta do different things like that. We gotta care for the kids, but we gotta know when to bring balance. We gotta know when to give that attention. And you just gotta take time, sit back. At the end of the day, we heard one couple saying at the end of the day, we try to have our kids in the bed by 7 o'clock. That way from 7 o'clock until she have my undivided attention. That's what I like. That's what we heard one couple say that they do. They make sure that their kids, they say they have 3 kids under 3. 3 years old. They got 3 kids under 3 years old, and every night they work together to get them in the bed by 7. I thought about Sunday. They work to get them in the bed by 7, so they can have each other undivided attention. Um, to know what happened in that day, to ask more questions, to sit under the moon, sit on the back porch and look at the stars. They make it where they can have their undivided attention, but don't make it that after 7 p.m. all we do is nag and argue about why you didn't help me bathe the kids. He might have been too tired. You didn't ask him about was his day long. She might have been too tired. That's why she couldn't change the diaper today. You know, anything. So we want to make sure that if we're asking for the attention, it's not attention that too much, that's nagging too much. Um, last comment. I was off singing and churching, no balance at all. True story. That is so true, and that's what some of us church folk end up doing. Us saints, we'll get too busy churching and doing everything for the Lord, and we don't pay our spouses no attention at all. And we wonder why they start doing other things and crying out for other stuff. And then you wonder why some spouses don't want to have anything to do with church, because they saying if it's gonna leave to have them gone all day and then they don't come home and pay no attention. I don't want that God that they serving. I don't want that, because I thought it was a God of love and that's gonna reach and gonna help our marriage. But if that's all they doing, I don't want that God. So that is so true.
Take time and serve each other.
Serve each other.
Make sure we are serving. We talked about it. Make sure you're serving at the house. I mean, God ain't pleased with you trying to serve his house and you're not serving your house.
Amen.
So we have to make sure that we are serving our house, that our home is happy. You know, I heard somebody tell testimony about that. They said if that's what church all about, I don't want it.
I don't want
you know, but and we can't turn people off with our church. We can't turn people off with serving the Lord. You know, because we serve the Lord. We love the Lord. I love the Lord. And thank God, because I believe our man would probably be on a rock if one of us wasn't in church.
It would have been rocks.
It probably been messed up because we churched.
It would have been rocks.
But both of us churched together, and we churched, so it helped it. Yeah. You know, but we know there's a lot of cases where some husbands not in church or some wives not in church or whatever. You know, so you got to find time and make time for each other. You're not going to backslide if you spend time with your spouse. You know, here and there, whatever. So God, you understand.
Amen.
Because you're there to also at the house to win each other. You're there to win the heart of your husband, and he's there to win the heart of his wife. So we have to make sure we take time for each other as well in that sense. But definitely all across the board, take time for each other.
Pay attention.
Pay attention to each other.
Yeah.
Man, pay attention to each other.
Pay attention. Make sure that when the buzzer go off, you hear it. When you hear that beep, 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 beep in your marriage and the buzzer go off, make sure you hear it. Men, make sure you're hearing it. We've had some crying women these past few days that the buzzers have been going off and their husbands have not been hearing it or seeing the signs of what's happening. Definitely pay attention to that. It's a clarion call now. More divorce is on the rise, but if we can rally together and to shed light on what is trying to be the bad guy in it, and we can shed light on it, we can counteract these numbers of divorce that's taking place. We know we won't, every marriage won't be saved because it's two different individuals and they don't want to change. But the ones that can, and we can come on, all of us together, rally together to know what's happening, put it out there, talk about marriage. That's why we press on here at 8 o'clock on Sunday to talk about it. Whether it's only one person on the live or 45 to 50 people on here. We want to make sure that we shed light on different things. Everything may not be for you. We're not the marriage gurus, but everything may not be for you that's being said. But something that's being said or the comments that people are making should be able to help somebody. So marriages is crying out now. May I have your attention, please? The vows, your marriage vows are saying, may I have your attention, please? Married people, your vows are asking that. Give me your attention because I want you to know what it meant to be for better, for worse, for rich or for poor, in sickness and in health. I want you to know that. So the vows are hollering, the vows are screaming out. What is it can I do to get your attention? So y'all, let's make sure we step it up. Step it up because I hate to hear and see the crying wives, to see the crying husbands that want this thing to work, but what they're telling you that they don't like or being honest about, you taking it the wrong way when we could just really take it and grow from it. So y'all pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs in your marriage. Pay attention. This last final comment, and it's so funny. And we go all the way back to some of the comments before. Deborah Haynes was saying that that her husband said his marriage game is strong, huh? I mean his attention game is strong. He gonna make sure he pay attention to his wife, baby. That was so funny to me when I saw the comment. But hey y'all, let's make sure that we get in this thing, get in this marriage thing to stay. Be sure you get in this marriage thing to stay when you make those vows. And marriage ain't for the weak. We tell people all of that. It's a good thing, but it is not for the weak and the faint at heart. And if your feelings get hurt real easy, marriage ain't for you, hon. Because so many things happen and so many things are said, and sometimes it may hurt our feelings, even though they come back and apologize and get it right. In the beginning, our feelings gonna be hurt and it's gonna get better. So make sure we bringing attention to what we need, and if we still in a childlike mindset, we're not ready. We definitely got to grow up from that. Hey y'all, we want to give away a date night tonight. Thank y'all so much for tuning in the broadcast. Let's do something. Nashe Samuel. Um, Anybody else? We got our wheel out because what we've been doing is we've been sending people on dates. So if I see them on the broadcast and they comment back and they saying, I'm on here, we go ahead and put your name on the wheel. So we gonna go ahead and spin the wheel. We had 3 spots. Let me tell you, if I call your name, y'all on the wheel. We got Nashe Samuel. We got Chandrika Autry on now. Lady D is on here. Um, we got Eddie's Burn, Criteria Morgan, Monte Ray, Deborah Haynes, Demetri Hill, Courtney Dodden Brewer is on there. So we had 3 more spots left on the wheel. Quinicia Harden. Did you get the Hardens? The Harden is on. Hey y'all, we just trying to get y'all on the wheel. We got Pamela Jonna. They're on. So y'all, again, make sure this y'all marriages stay with the attention. We got 1 more spot on the wheel, y'all. If you did not comment tonight and you want to get on the wheel, just say, hey, I'm here. So right now we got the Jonas, the Hardens, the Harris, Brewer, Hill, Haynes, Ray, Morgan, Burton, and we got the Cox. Put the Cox on there, honey. That's it. And we got the Cox. Who that is? If I have not called your name, Loretta said, Loretta. Lord, we got you on the wheel, honey. Don't you say it no more. So, Sheila Turner. I think she's single. So we got, that's fine. So we got Lady D. We got Loretta Cox, Chandrika Autry, Nashe Samuel, Pamela Bailey Jonna. Hey, Miss Jonna. Quinicia Harding, Felicia Harris, Cornell Brewer. We got D Hill, Deborah Haynes, Ray, and Criteria Morgan. So y'all, we gonna go ahead and get this wheel spin. Spin that wheel. Let's see who is the winner.
can't even tell my own right.
Spin. Is it ain't nobody in there?
Oh. Lord, I'm sorry. We had one more.
Man, we got one more spot. Oh, Pamela already just spin in. Y'all didn't make me spin this thing so hard like he on the Price of Right.
No.
Who's it? Harris?
Harris. What Harris we had?
Deborah Haynes. Is it Haynes?
Yeah, Haynes.
Man, hey, next week, I'm gonna write on the wheel. Miss Deborah, he done landed on your name and didn't even know that he spelled Haynes on the wheel. The winner this week, congratulations, Deborah McCollar Haynes. The Duns is gonna see you on a date night. Y'all, I'm writing names on the wheel next week because, baby, this man writing upside down and spelling. Congratulations, Miss Deborah. You all are the winner tonight. Thanks, Miss Joanna. She said good conversation tonight. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Deborah McCollar Haynes. You all are the winner tonight. And I'm gonna be writing on the wheel next week. Monte said, please do. Congratulations, Miss Deborah. And she said, my author. Hey, her author. Y'all going on a date. Just as soon as y'all get better and get out that house, the Duns is sitting. Now y'all can do the date at the house. Order Uber Eats or whatever they call it. DoorDash. Get the food in. Congratulations. We're glad that you're back on, Annie's Bird, because we know that you haven't been able to tune in. So welcome back to the broadcast. But congratulations, Miss Deborah. I will definitely be reaching out to you in a few minutes. Congratulations, you and your author, honey. Hey, y'all, tune in next week. For the next 2 weeks, we have special guests. One of our guests going to be talking about For Better or For Worse. And the next week following that, it gonna be Love and Married. We got one couple that gonna come on, I think on the 28th, and they're gonna talk about. He said he want to tell us how he keep the smile on her face, honey, how he love on her so much. So we gotta figure out what's going on there, so we can get that same type of vibe, honey. So again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all turn your notifications on. Facebook have changed a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to get adjusted to what the changes are. So turn your notifications on, like, share, tag. Hopefully we can get some pop-ups in, and we want to do a few more Operation Date Nights. So we definitely got to get with y'all on who want to go. No, Criteria more, y'all can't go. Monte Ray, don't y'all be talking about we going. We want y'all to send us some more people, and y'all come and help with Operation Date Night. That's what we want y'all to do. But again, congratulations to the Haynes. I'll be reaching out to you in a few moments, Miss Deborah. Hey, y'all, thank y'all so much. Get your babies in the bed. Y'all get in the bed. It's going to be another full, fantastic week of marriage here in this place. So y'all have a good night. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Thanks so much. Bye. See you next week.
Bye-bye.